Only they say
it's like a red paste.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we thought it was cashew, you know.
Hmm?
We thought it was cashew. But
No,
it's
not cashew. No, not cashew. No.
Cashew, yeah. Cashew,
Yeah.
because Hindi name is Katha, like Katha is like cashew, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, it's similar.
J. Page 143. If I can do this one. Disappearance Day of Sridhar Maharaj, right? Bhakti Raksak Sridhar Dev-Goswami. Viraha Giti,
so
Song of
Maharaj, do
Separation.
you want your phone switched off?
Yes,
Maharaj?
please.
Just put it in one of the pockets, isn't it?
Just press the thing.
142.
It's there.
What? Oh, here.
Just press it and then
Yeah, Maharaj, I'll let you do it, yeah.
just go on doing that.
Or just put on silent or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, because my brother might call, but I don't know.
Oh.
Leave it like that. Be all right. Just ignore the noise that makes a noise. Jayonilo premo dhano koruna pracho Jayonilo prema dhano koruna pracho Eno prabhu kota gela chaja Eno Prabhu Kota Gela Kaha Mora Saruputo Kaha Sanatan Kaha Mora Kale kota gela gora notora Kale kota gela gora Hachare kutibo mata Hashivo Hashivo going to do the one on the facing page. Thakur Vaishnav Pad. Thakura Vaishnava Pad Avvanira Sushambhad. Thakura Vaishnava Pad Avvanira Sushambhad. Thakur Vaishnava Pad Avvanira Sushambhad. Thakura Vaishnava Pad Avvanira Sushambhad. Suno bhai hoya eko mahana. Suno bhai hoya eko mahana. Ashraya laiya bhajye kare Krishna nahi bhajye. Ashraya laiya bhajye kare Krishna nahi bhajye. Ashraya laiya bhajye Hare Krishna nahi bhajye. Ashraya laiya bhajye Hare Krishna nahi bhajye. Al sabha more pakarana. Al sabha more pakarana. Vaishnava charana jol prema bhakti dittevo. 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 Aro deho nahi balavanta. Aro deho nahi balavanta. Vaishnava charana renu mastake bhushana bindu. 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 Har nahi Krishnera anta. Har nahi Krishnera anta. Bhakta Krishna jal pavitra guna Krishti jate purane. Krishna jal pavitra guna Krishti jate purane. Sesava bhakti rakhavantana. Sesava bhakti rakhavantana. Vaishnavera padda dukha sammanare sabha. 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 Datte hoya vanchito purana. Vaishnava sangate mana anandita hanukana. Vaishnava sangate mana anandita hanukana. Shraddha hoye Krishna parasanga. Deenanarattam kaddiya dhajya nahi bandhe. Deenanarattam kaddiya dhajya brother, hear my words with rapt attention. The lotus feet of the Vaishnavas are the most valuable treasure in the world. Take shelter of those Vaishnavas and worship them. Krishna cannot abandon one who worships him in this way. All others meet a meaningless death.
The water which has washed the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas bestows devotional service in pure love of Godhead. There is nothing as effective in attaining this divine love. I place the dust from the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas upon my head. I wear no other ornament.
The purifying power of the waters of the various places of pilgrimage is described in the Puranas, although this is something of a deceptive trick. Actually, there is nothing which is as purifying as the water which has washed the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas. This water fulfills all desires.
Moment by moment, my mind finds constant pleasure in the association of Vaishnavas. I always seek the company of the devotees of the Lord Krishna. Poor-hearted Narottam Das cries, I cannot maintain my composure any longer. Why have I fallen into such a low condition of life that I cannot get the association of Vaishnavas?
$78. Who's going to chant that? Anyone? Yours?
I can't,
Yes, we can.
17th. Oi Vaishnava Thakura Doya Sagara Edasa Koruna Kori. Oi Vaishnava Thakura Doya Sagara Edasa Koruna Kori. Tia Parachaya Soro He Amare. Tia Parachaya Soro He Amare. Tomara Charana Gauri. Tomara Charana Gauri. Joya Begadomi, Joya Dosha Sodi, Joya Guno Deho Dase. Joya Begadomi, Joya Dosha Sodi, Joya Guno Deho Dase. Joya Satsanga, Deo e amore. Joya Satsanga, Deo e amore. Mosha si sangero vase. Mosha si sangero vase. Eka ki amara nahi paya bolo. Hari nama sankirtane. Eka ki amara nahi paya bolo. Hari nama sankirtane. Tupi kripa kori sharavindudiya. Tupi kripa kori sharavindudiya. Deho Krishna nama dane. Deho Krishna nama dane. Krishna se tumara, Krishna pita paro.
Let's read it. O my Lord, O Vaishnav, ocean of grace, kindly be gracious to this servitor. Bestow the shade of your holy feet. Purify me. I clasp your holy lotus feet.
Subjugate the 6 urges, rectify the 6 defects, bestow the 6 good qualities upon the servitor. Please grant me the 6th kind of saintly association. I sit at your feet, aspiring for that association.
On my own, I have no strength to chant the holy name in congregation. Kindly be pleased to bestow a drop of faith in my heart, giving me the treasure of Lord Krishna's name.
Krishna is yours. You can give him. You have the power to do so. I, who am bereft, calling Krishna, Krishna, am running desperately behind you.
Footnote to verse 2. 6 urges are those of speech, the mind, anger, the tongue, the belly, and the genitals. The 6 faults are overeating or collecting more monetary funds than required, over endeavouring for material objectives, unnecessary talking about mundane affairs, being too attached to or too neglectful of scriptural rules and regulations, associating with worldly-minded persons, and lusting after mundane achievements. The 6 good qualities are enthusiasm, patience, confidence, the determination to perform activities favourable to devotional service, the resolution to abandon the association of non-devotees, and the discipline required to always follow in the footsteps of the predecessor acharyas. The 6 kinds of saintly association are offering gifts and charity, accepting charitable gifts, revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially, accepting prasadam, and offering prasadam.
Okay, going back to page 58.
58.
Thakur Vaishnava Ganga Koriye Nivedana Thakur Vaishnava Koriye Nivedana Buddha Adhamma Durachara Karna Samsara Nidhita Hi Dhubai Lo Vidhi Karna Samsara Nidhita Keshe dhari more koro para Keshe dhari more koro para Buddhi Buddha Balavan Asune Dharma Gyan Buddhi Buddha Balavan Asune Dharma Gyan Sadai Parama Pase Bande Adeki Karana Lisha Joto Deki Sabo Pesha Adeki Karana Lisha Joto Deki Sabo Pesha Anataka Tare Tehi Kande Anataka Tare Tehi Kande Am Krodha Lobha Moha Madda Abhimana Soha Am Krodha Lobha Moha Madda Apana apana sanikare Apana apana sanikare Vaishnavas, although I am very fallen and misbehaved, I nevertheless place this appeal before you. My destiny has immersed me in this fierce emotion of repeated birth and death. Please grab me by the hair and pull me to the opposite shore.
My destiny is forever powerful. I am not able to hear the knowledge of spiritual life, and I am always bound by the ropes of karma. I cannot see any way to escape my condition. I see only suffering. Helpless and stricken with grief, I cry.
I am just like a blind man, unable to see what path is auspicious or inauspicious. I am helplessly dragged from here to there by lust, anger, greed, bewilderment, madness and pride.
My mind became immersed in impermanent satisfaction of the senses, and I could not understand the real goal of life. For this reason, I did not aspire to attain your lotus feet. Narottam Das says, now that I am able to see and hear the Vaishnavas, I have become free from all the pain.
Page 52. Anyone offering to do this one? It's a very well known one. You please. Yeah.
52, yeah.
Jai Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Shivedaya Guru
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Shivedaya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Shivedaya How long do we have to do chanting before? I read something? Or? So I do one more and then Hare Krishna, is it? And then read something. Is that how it goes?
Yes.
Okay. Page 128.
Big yes.
And to the Gaurangera Duti Pada Jaradhana Sambhada 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 Sejane Bhakti Rasa Sejane Bhakti Rasa Gaurangera Madhura Lila Jara Karne Praveshila Gaurangera Madhura Lila Gaurangera Madhura Lila Jara Karne Praveshila Gaurangera Madhura Lila Hridaya Nirmala Bhella Hridaya Nirmala Bhella Jai Gaurange Namaloy Thar Hoy Premodoy Jai Gaurange Namaloy Jai Gaurange Namaloy Thar Hoy Premodoy Jai Gaurange Namaloy Hare Murte Boli Gauranga Gunete Jhure Nitya Lila Taresh Pure 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 Sejana Bhakti Adhikari Sejana Bhakti Adhikari Gaurangera Sangi Gane Nitya Siddha Rajya Bhumeda Gaur Prem Rasan of the Sitarangi Deva Dubhe Gaura Prem Rasan of the Sitarangi Deva Dubhe Gaura Prem Rasan of the Sitarangi Deva Dubhe Gaura Prem Rasan of the Sitarangi Radha Madhava Antara
Rama
Rama Jai Shri Harinama Sankirtan Ki Jai. Jai Shri Srila Bhakti Raksak Srila Dev-Goswami Maharaj Tirobhagma Mahotsav Ki Jai. Oh. Thank you for coming. Nice to see you, everyone. There's more devotees supposed to be arriving, but
54.
I've been asked to read this section from a book called Union in Separation, which was provided by Asita Krishna Prabhu. Okay, this is Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj, right? Gave a lecture on Srila Guru Maharaj's 14th Holy Disappearance Festival. That would have been on 8th of August 2002. And what's the date today of August?
17th.
17th, yeah, so it varies.
July.
All right. Big difference, huh?
Maybe Mongol's birthday today.
Madhu Mongol in
Maybe
Green
Mongol
Street.
Prabhu's birthday today, yes.
He says, now there is a union in separation temple. One day I asked Srila Guru Maharaj, no, I did not ask. Guru Maharaj asked me, after my disappearance, what kind of festival will you do and how many people are you expecting? I told him, now we are not poor, so I will make first class arrangements and maximum 1,000 people will come because here there are not so many people. That's a question to ask the Guru Maharaj, to ask the Srila Govinda Maharaj. What sort of festival do you do and how many people will come? I mean, that's a very putting him on the spot, kind of. And some devotees will come. I'm thinking maximum 1,000. And Guru Maharaj said, no, more, a very big gathering will be there at that time. You will see. Many thousands of people will come. You will see. I witnessed that and I was surprised to see that. Maybe there were many gods, demigods, and many other divine beings who came to see Guru Maharaj's passing from the world. So many Mahapurusha came at that time. That day was a very sad day for us. When Haridas Thakur disappeared, Mahaprabhu was so sad. Srila Guru Maharaj was very merciful to us. Mercifully, he stayed with us for a few years. So many Jyotish Pandits made predictions about his presence in this mundane world. Some told 58 years, some told 64 years, some told 82 years, and so on. Yet Guru Maharaj stayed longer in this mundane world with us. And all the doctors told it was not possible to cure him. But anyway, he was very merciful and took our service and stayed up to 92 years, even 93 years. Then he disappeared. But many times he told, Govinda Maharaj, now leave me, I'm very uncomfortable due to my health. Each time I also prayed to him, Maharaj, if you will go, then the world will become dark. Mercifully, you stay. We will do everything. We will not give any trouble to your divine grace. Please stay. Srila Guru Maharaj has accepted our prayers and he gave me a chance to serve. He was very happy. I also tried to give satisfaction to Guru Maharaj. I've actually been taking care of all for a long time, but lawfully he gave that charge to me now. Anyhow, from that day he was very relieved. I've got some knowledge about Jyotish and about medicine from Guru Maharaj. Not everyone knows that Guru Maharaj was a very good Jyotishi, astrologer, but he did not show that to others, but we knew his great knowledge about this. Every Jyotish can say something about his own lifetime, but what I realized was perfect, I saw, and I told to him and others too. The main thing was that no planet can kill him. He had that type of horoscope. That was my realization. Srila Guru Maharaj said, maybe your realization is possible, and that is what happened. In 92, means age 92, he passed, because in the Jyotish Shastra there is one indication about passing as a note. It's called Mrityushchita Graha, the indication of death. And there I had shown that no one planet would kill him, and he would get a natural death. And natural death would come through Mangal, Mars. And that is what happened. 2 months before his death, he showed influence of Mangal. Anyhow, death is inevitable, told by Lord Krishna in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Even the Panch Pandav, even so many dignitaries, the Yadavas, etc., everyone has gone by the law of this nature. No one can disturb the law of nature. They have to follow the law. And Guru Maharaj also left us. What can I say? In the scripture it's written that when some great spiritual personality will leave this earth, a heavy earthquake will take place. And that's what happened during the time of Guru Maharaj. Every day from my room at 3 o'clock, I went to Guru Maharaj's room, sometimes at 3:30. And that day also I went there. But I cannot tolerate the air conditioning. So after seeing Guru Maharaj, I came out and sat outside of his room on his veranda. And suddenly a heavy earthquake occurred. And my chair started shaking heavily. I thought, maybe Guru Maharaj's servitor is doing that. But immediately I heard the Churai temple. There some chakra and patak came loose. Dun, 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 dun. This sound came. Then I saw no one behind me, and the sound kept coming. And I understood it is a big earthquake. That is, Guru Maharaj is a great devotee of Krishna, and when he leaves this mundane world, really the jewel of the garland must fall down like a star from the sky. Then some disturbance and symptoms must come again, and it happened. This happened 3 days earlier. And on that day, means 3 days before his passing, right? And on that day, Srila Puri Maharaj came to see Guru Maharaj as he went towards Kalna, his mutt. Which Puri Maharaj is that? You know? Bhakti Pramod.
Bhakti Pramod,
Okay,
yeah.
Every year he did that. When he used to go to Kalna from Mayapur, he would always come to see Guru Maharaj on his way. And he knew Guru Maharaj was sick, and he came to see Guru Maharaj, and then he wants to go to Kalna, his ashram. But when he came to me, I told Puri Maharaj, Maharaj, don't go to Kalna, you stay here. I do not know anything. I've not witnessed anyone's disappearance, and I don't know what needs to be done. And Guru Maharaj will disappear within 3 days. This earthquake has happened, he will not stay. So you cannot go, you must stay here. And Puri Maharaj accepted my prayer, and he stayed in the mat. And 2 or 3 doctors were also observing Guru Maharaj. Morning and evening they coming here to check. Finally, after 3 days, Guru Maharaj left us at 5:58 a.m. That would be obviously India time. So in London we were in the temple in Dinsdale Road, the first temple in Greenwich. First temple we had in the Mart, Chaitanya's house at Mart. So yeah, it would have been it's 5. Yeah, but then we didn't really know till the next day. But like 10 in the morning, it was like going around, the news was going around. I was actually on the Isle of Sheppey. You know Vamsi Vardhana, right? He had a caravan there. I was staying with him there. And then somebody called. Actually, that was kind of before really mobile phones. What happened was, I left the island and I was on the way to the temple on Dinsdale Road. Somehow I must have stopped to make a phone call or something. They told me over the phone from the temple. And then, so everybody knew then, yeah, it was about 10 in the morning. So immediately they arranged a program, midday, quickly. Everybody came there. because we knew it was for a few days or a few weeks really before that. It was all the time getting news. Today he's a little better. It's encouragement. Then next day, it's gone down again. It's like this. In the last time.
To Mahananda a bit.
I guess, yeah, he would have been there, and then, so that was Amavasya. This is Amavasya. They call it new moon or dark moon. This day, anniversary, Amavasya. Because it goes by the moon, Vedic astrology is by the moon, not the sun. So in other words, every year by the sun calendar, like say your birthday is 5th of May, that's exactly the same every year. 5th of May, that's your birthday. But Vedic is by the position of the moon, the exact position, the tithi of the moon when you are born, appear or come in the world. So when on the next year, every year when the moon is in that position, that's your birthday. Because actually that's the influence you're born under. Not so much by the solar calculation, although that also has some influence. But so that's why it changes. It can be 10 days either side of the day. So that was 5:58 a.m. Okay, Mahaprabhu said this about Haridas Thakur. Quote, "He was the crown of this earth, the crown jewel, but he wanted to leave us, and now the earth has become empty." This type of expression Mahaprabhu felt about Haridas Thakur, and we feel the same about Guru Maharaj. Yeah, that was intense separation there, so much so that Mahaprabhu danced with his body, which was Mahaprabhu had already sort of enraged the Panda community by his freely mixing with the lower classes and untouchables, etc. Some people know Mahaprabhu was a social reformer, in India, or he made a civil disobedience movement against the Muslim government, etc. That's different aspects, more external aspects. Of course, he appeared for his own purpose, to taste the Radha Bhav, that's internally. So, but when Haridas Thakur disappeared, he took his body and was dancing, and personally made samadhi of Haridas Thakur. What to speak of touching the body of a so-called untouchable, he's dancing with him ecstatically. He said the crown jewel of this world has left. And it's significant as well that Haridas Thakur, he was, previous to that, Mahaprabhu had come into his place and Haridas was lying down on the bed. And Mahaprabhu said, "What's wrong with you?" He said, "Oh, I'm feeling very depressed. I couldn't finish my normal chanting of names." Right? He's chanting 3 lakhs and that. And Mahaprabhu said, "Don't worry about that. You're already liberated." He said, and then Haridas Thakur said, "I have one request. I cannot tolerate that. You will leave this world before me. I cannot tolerate to be here to see you leave this world. So please bless me that I can leave before you. I may leave the world before you." Mahaprabhu granted that. So after 3 days, it happened, and he sat at the feet of Mahaprabhu, and he fixed like a yogi, he fixed his gaze on Mahaprabhu's face, and holding his feet. And then he's chanting, his whole life he's chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, 3 lakhs every day. But this time he's chanting Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, and left his body like a great yogi, came out from the crown chakra here. It's described, and then Mahaprabhu danced with his body. Similarly, Srila Guru Maharaj also was saying Doyal Nitai, not Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna always there, of course, but specifically time of leaving, he's Doyal Nitai, merciful Nitai, merciful Nitai. Nitai Karuna Habe, Braje Radha Krishna Habe, right? By the mercy of Nityananda, the grace of Mahaprabhu, and by Mahaprabhu's grace we get Radha and Krishna. So he's showing that example also. So, but from the beginning he told not to give his body samadhi and instead cremate, Up to 1986, this was his determination. Because, like general people, also the cremation is the way of, they do, But for a spiritual master, his disciples, they don't want to cremate because they consider body of the master then his spiritual body. So they're placing the samadhi, how they do with the salt around, and then like earth and so on. So, but Guru Maharaj is sort of very, in a way, offhand. He said, just cremate, like this. But he told, Govinda Maharaj said, he's telling this now, and then Govinda Maharaj said, Maharaj, cremation is very painful for the devotee. To watch samadhi is more acceptable. Guru Maharaj said, no, cremation. If you will not follow my order, then I shall write it in my will. That's a Mongol. Yeah. Then finally, maybe in 1984, he changed his decision. In 1984, I asked, now a big group of devotees is following you. They will chastise me if I will not follow the samadhi process. You must order me. Whatever you will order, that I shall follow. Maybe that will be painful for me, but now I see a very big devotee family we have. They will all be unhappy. Then Guru Maharaj said, as you like, you do. And this happened in 1984. So another time he said, Srila Govinda Maharaj said, when he finally agreed to that, Srila Guru Maharaj, okay, you can do samadhi. And Govinda Maharaj said, that time I could understand. He's saying his body is spiritual, completely spiritualized, So you can do samadhi. You're not supposed to cremate, right? Spiritual things. Like even Tulsi, we take the neck beads from the body of any devotee, if there's cremation. Not to, we're not putting Tulsi in the fire, like that. And one devotee said to Srila Govinda Maharaj, but Tulsi in the form of the bead, neck beads, is, unfortunately used the word dead, shouldn't have said like that. But meaning, after Tulsi is left, And then Govinda Maharaj said, dead to you, not dead to Krishna. So we're removing everything, from the body for that. So even we don't, in our particular mark, we don't burn the thread, isn't it? These are old threads, sacred thread and that. We put in samadhi or put in the river or the sea. It's not burning to make it disappear. But so this was 1984. The Guru Maharaj agreed to samadhi. On the right side of our main temple, Mahaprabhu's temple, there was a garden. Flowers and many things were growing, but it looks like a jungle. Then I cleaned that garden and put a wall around it. And Guru Maharaj said to me, I heard you are cleaning the jungle there. I told, yes, it is a garden of Mahaprabhu and I'm getting it cleaned. Guru Maharaj said, oh, you've chosen that place for my samadhi? I told, no, Maharaj, you forget that. What will be, later we will see. He said, oh, that place is good. You can make there my samadhi. And Srila Puri Maharaj, he knew everything, and he was our senior most priest in the society. And he stayed, but still I was thinking, Puri Maharaj will do some spiritual function, but who will do the physical work, the digging, etc.? And what is the process of digging? In the meantime, from Mayapur, Chaitanya Mat, 4 brahmacharis came and they said, Maharaj, if you order us, we know everything that needs to be done. And I got much relief. Then they did everything. I requested them to have prasadam, but they took a very little prasadam and left. I do not know them, but they came and told, we are from Mayapur. We know everything, how to dig samadhi. I had never witnessed anyone's samadhi. It was very painful for me. But now that situation was at my door. What could I do? Not only that, when Guru Maharaj was brought down from his room through the Prasad hall, that time mentally I was very sick. I thought, Guru Maharaj will not come out again. Many times it happened. but I was very strong mentally. I was always strong. Okay. Yeah, he's talking about when once a year Guru Maharaj would come down and circumambulate the temple, but when he was more elderly. So in the last Gaurchand Mahotsav, Gaurapanim, Guru Maharaj came down, paid dandavats, and he sometimes stood in the Nat Mandir with us. And then he went back to his room. But the last year, Guru Maharaj couldn't come, and he was very sad. He said, "Oh, Mahaprabhu, I cannot go down this year." This way, in lamenting mood, he told me, "Govinda Maharaj, you go and manage this meeting, birthday ceremony, Mahaprabhu's birthday. You go and make arrangements, everything you do. I cannot go this year." In this way, he was almost crying. I sat there and I was thinking, what shall I do? Then I thought, Guru Maharaj will not disappear today. Then I told his assistant, Gaur Krishna, put tilak on the forehead of Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj asked, oh, what are you saying? I told, he will put tilak on your forehead. You will go with me and you will not die today. I had thought that Guru Maharaj kept saying, "Oh, Mahaprabhu, I cannot go." Then my mind was also disturbed, and I thought I won't be able to lead the kirtan, etc. But if Guru Maharaj will be able to go, pay dandavats and come back, then I can do anything. Yeah, I guess it's like when you had a custom like that for so many years, going, taking Guru Maharaj down, going around the temple thing, and then this year Guru Maharaj said, "I can't go. I'm not able to go." And then Govinda Maharaj was feeling, well, then I have to go down on my own, and all the devotees, and Guru Maharaj not there. It's just very hard, thing. So I told this to Guru Maharaj, and he asked, "Oh, so you are taking me?" And I said, "Yes. And you will not die today, at least not today." And he laughs. Then I gave homeopathic medicine, and Guru Maharaj took that and went with me down the stairs in front of Mahaprabhu, and he paid his dandavats and went to the Nat Mandir, and he did one parikrama of the temple. Then he came up and sat on his chair upstairs and blessed me and said, "Now you go, I'm very happy." Then I asked Guru Maharaj, "How are you feeling now?" And he said, "I'm feeling very strong now. But my heart was hurting at that time, all the work that must be done. If I don't lead the disappearance ceremony, then who will do that? Then I did everything, willingly or unwillingly, no question. I must follow the procedure. But that day, one miracle I've seen. And we were arranging the samadhi of Guru Maharaj. Sripad Sagar Maharaj was there. When I came to the deities for paying dandavats, and I stood to see the deities' faces, very effulgent, very glorified, extremely glorified, and very effulgent, and smiling like a man, eyes like man's eyes, especially Radharani and Krishna and Mahaprabhu. It was beyond my thinking, and I couldn't understand why on this day the deities were very happy and they cannot hide their heart's expression. And after seeing that, I thought that Guru Maharaj has joined his Nitya Leela, eternal pastimes of Krishna, Radharani and Mahaprabhu, and this symptom coming out from the form of our deities. My heart was very sad, but looking at the form of the deities, I was stunned, and I could not imagine that form, and I could feel some peace in my mind. Oh, Guru Maharaj was with us, and the deities need some service from Guru Maharaj, and now Guru Maharaj went to join the eternal pastimes of Radha Krishna and Mahaprabhu, so they are happy. I was surprised, and half of my pain went from my heart. Then Puri Maharaj ordered me, "You write the mantram on Guru Maharaj's chest." I did not want to do that, but Puri Maharaj forced me, "You must write." Then I did that ceremony. and a big bhoga, Mahabhog, was arranged by the devotees. That time everyone was very active. They made so many, maybe 100 preparations within a few hours. I cannot remember all, but everything was done in this way. In this way, the Samadhi of Guru Maharaj took place. Samadhi means he's existing there with the mood of meditation. That is called Samadhi. And so many Vaishnavas took prasadam that day and continued taking until after a few days. How many days? I don't remember. And then he says, maybe Tirtha Maharaj can remember. Now this is Tirtha Maharaj. Tirtha means? Is that Tirtha Maharaj? From Dum Dum Park, is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The Gaudiya, isn't it? From the Gaudiya.
I don't know, it doesn't say.
So.
There's a few of them, you know. But we'll see, maybe it'll come out in what he says. But so the Tirtha Maharaj says, after 10 days we finally got some time, and 16 tins of ghee were in my room. I kept it and many other things. Thousands and thousands of people came, and all had a very opulent Mahaprasadam on that day. Cholad dal, channa, doi, pushpana, luchi, and all this was cooked with pure ghee, and it was a very big festival. Guru Maharaj had said thousands and thousands of people would come, and I was surprised to see that. But still much prasadam was left. So the next day also many took. And all the dignitary Vaishnavas came from every corner. Because Guru Maharaj had no enemy, everyone was his friend. And even some group of enemy, they also used to come to Guru Maharaj. It was a miracle and a learning experience for us. From top to bottom, he always gave honour. Someone may be a small Vaishnava, or maybe a middle Vaishnava, or a higher Vaishnava. Guru Maharaj gave much honour to everyone. Sometimes I was disturbed, but Guru Maharaj gave much honour to everyone. That's essentially the end of that section there, about that. So that was quite nice. So yeah, I personally wasn't there at the time he was leaving, but I did go to India just shortly after about 10 days. And it was a very intense mood then in the Mutt, you know, of separation. Yeah, just very intense, yeah. And the servant, you mentioned there, Gaur Krishna, who's now Giri Maharaj, has his Mutt behind our Mutt, quite close. And he's Gaur Krishna Brahmachari. You see the Sermons 1, Volume 1, brown hardback with the gold writing on the front. So there's some photos in there. He's in there, a couple of photos. Very, very devoted, absolutely devoted to Guru Maharaj, serving him every day in every way, you know. And he was, when Guru Maharaj left, he was just really. They say you'd be walking around the Mutt and you'd find him just like passed out somewhere on the floor, you know, just fainted. He wasn't that big, no. It's a brahmachari, just average, but yeah. Gaur Krishna. Yeah, Giri Maharaj. Yeah. So, yeah.
He always came on. He'd always come for the Gorkani Power Club.
Yeah.
He joined for those 3 weeks.
No.
Yeah.
Not that one.
No, not that one. Not that. He's the big one.
Yeah,
the big, older one. Yeah, no, of course him. Yes, everyone knows him. He's very. No, he's Brahmachari that time, Gaur Krishna Brahmachari. He's now Giri Maharaj himself. Yeah, and he actually took sannyas from Govinda Maharaj because later on, when Guru Maharaj became Srila Govinda Maharaj became Acharya, you know, there was some problems and dispute and things, and he basically left, you know. But he said, then later he came to Govinda Maharaj and said, you know, I want to take sannyas, you know, from you. But that time he wasn't thinking he would do like that, Govinda Maharaj, right? But Gaur Krishna said, Guru Maharaj, Sridhar Maharaj, you know, said to me, if in the future you will take sannyas, it must only be from Govinda Maharaj. so you must give me, like that. So it was diplomatically arranged. They had their function in the back of the mutt, in a separate room, away from people to see, And Govinda Maharaj did that, So that's another thing. But so when I went there after about 10 days, and it just happened one time, I was on the veranda between the deity, the deity mandir, and upstairs there's a veranda that goes across and joins onto Guru Maharaj's rooms. You can walk across there. And it so happened that I was just, I don't know the situation, but that time Mahananda, Madhusudana Maharaj, Mahananda Prabhu, and myself and Govinda Maharaj, just the three of us, happened to be on that veranda looking out over the Govinda Kund, which wasn't built or anything at that time. There's a lake, Kund and Ganga, just there. And all of a sudden, then Govinda Maharaj just burst into tears, It's like quite embarrassing for me. And just like weeping, deeply weeping for about, I don't know, a couple of minutes, not long, And I was like, oh my God. I felt like I wanted to put my arm around. I can't do that, he's Acharya and everything. And then just a few minutes he just stopped and dried up and just carried on like nothing had happened. Yeah. That was intense. 10 days, yeah. And then of course there was that period of readjustment, of course with Srila Govinda Maharaj then being in charge and, so we know things happen, many things happen. Yeah, so, but yeah, the samadhi process is very hard because when Srila Maharaj was describing, he was present at the samadhi of his Guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, and in one place he's described all that in quite a lot of detail, who was there at the time, what happened. But he said, they bathe the body, put the tilak and the different mantras and things, and then sitting in Padmasana with the mala, and they put in the bottom on a plinth in the big pit. Then they pack salt around, and then earth on top, salt to preserve. And so he said at that time there was all kirtan going on, and the salt was going up and up and up. And he said I couldn't. The last part when it was going to cover over his head, I couldn't stay anymore. I had to go away. Telling Guru Maharaj about Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Yeah, so it's very. So it means samadhi, like he said, means eternal meditation on Krishna, Bhakti Samadhi. That's why, And following that, of course, you had the whole story how the Samadhi Mandir was constructed. Story about the mango tree. I told that to Jagannath the other day. Lots of mystical things happened, and also the murti of Sridhar Maharaj, how that came about. I think it had to be redone. It wasn't satisfied with it the first time, right? Govinda Maharaj, with the likeness, wasn't to his satisfaction, so they had to redo it. And
does everybody know about the mango tree?
The mango tree story. Well, it was just when he was designing, had an idea about the Samadhi Mandir and where it would be, like you're saying, that flower garland, because flower garden. So first of all, when they do the Samadhi initially, and they put the earth over the top, and they put a tulsi plant on the top of that, and then it was just had like a wicker fence around initially. It just was like that for some time. And then he got the workers to come, the builders to come. It's a huge, big thing, it went on for a long time. And also the design was different. It wasn't purely a Bengali traditional design of the Samadhi Mandir with different Oriyan aspects from Orissa. That's he got the workers from Orissa. They did it in their style with the lions, the lions and the different things. But just in that place where it, according to the dimensions, the only place how it could be there, but there were 3 mango trees. 2 of them was okay, they were on the side, but one of them was just in the place where the pillar of samadhi would have to go. So what to do, you know, and you can't chop the tree down, it's the kalpataru and the dham, living, conscious beings, you know. So he was thinking and praying and meditating about that all night, you know, worrying what to do. Then the next morning, apparently, he came and the tree had left its body, was clearly voluntarily left, was, you know, leaves all fell off, it's gone, you know. So then that was, and that was incorporated in the structure, in the beam on the top, in the front, is that mango.
Didn't they make the door?
The doors, is it? And the
Yeah.
doors, yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was one thing. So we're just remembering Srila Guru Maharaj today, his disappearance anniversary every year. Anybody would like to contribute something?
Do you have anything?
Hare Krishna.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't there. I know it was 1988. I visited Dinsdale Road at that time, just after. But
I remember you phoning me up.
Yeah.
You phoned me up the day it happened, I think. Where were you? Yeah, I was in Bournemouth, and I got the phone call from you telling me that Guru Maharaj had left his body.
Okay, Maharaj,
Yeah.
I do have a question about the samadhi process and why do they choose salts to bury the body? Does that preserve
yeah, I believe so, yeah.
the body? Is that something that we could also follow and put in a will of some kind to have a samadhi of ourselves with salt in a...
Well, generally we don't plan to make a samadhi of ourselves. Like you saw there, even Srila Guru Maharaj was saying, oh, just do cremation. So we think of ourselves as, you know, how do you say, ordinary, common and garden devotees, if we are devotees. But yeah, but the process is there, of course, you know. Who knows it? I don't know it, you know. But it's all there in the Shastra, of course, you know.
Mahabhagavat, isn't it? That this process is generally Mahabhagavat.
Yeah, but you know, there's different types. There's, you know, bigger samadhis and there's small ones as well. You know, I've seen there's a few. They have, like in Mayapur, some of the ISKCON people, it's like a small, almost like a gravestone, you know, but like a little small temple thing. The disciples like to do that, of course, yeah.
It's Murti. I didn't know there was a Murti. Guru Maharaj. Where is that?
Yeah, it's in the Samadhi Mandir, yeah.
Oh.
Just sitting in this.
Inside it, you can see it. You're in the door.
Yeah.
It's full size, like a Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, I think it's larger than life size, probably. Huh? It's probably larger than life size. Marble.
Talking about that?
Well,
The Marty of them?
yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
And Marty and Robin.
And is it brass? Is it brass?
No, marble. Made of marble, solid marble. So they, now we're having the.
I went to do that.
Yeah, we're doing the Guru Puja and Pushpanjali for Srila Guru Maharaj. Yeah.
You're all right, dear. Good to see you. You're well. Yeah.
Enjoy Guru Maharaj.
Your new guidance helper. Guide Guru Maharaj.
You want to see?
No, you sing, but I'm coming back. I'll just take this.
Yeah? Oh, is he flying over there? Is he flying over? I'm coming back. I'll just show you. Yeah, we can hold that. I need that to see that one.
Which one?
Is it on here? No, I don't think.
Sorry. No, I think that's for the auntie.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I know. I can understand the front of you. Come. Come here. Come see.
I can put some.
Are you looking for something?
No.
Jaya Guru Maharaja Jati Raja Shara Jaya Guru Maharaja Jati Raja Jaya
So how's it going, G? Yeah, you alright? Yeah, it's alright, it's okay. Life takes over than reality. Anyway, I wasn't happy to
we take that.
I've been staying with Maharaj for a few days. Yeah, down Thursday evening. And then, but when I'm travelling, when I'm on Friday, and Saturday, we were not on this on Saturday night. My roses, fantastic experience. And then we were in Green Street yesterday. And then, today, and I've got one more day after this, and I'm going back on Wednesday. I'm back at work on Friday. Soon be what? It will soon be kale time. Well, I booked my time off already to come in October. I'm looking forward to that as well. I'm going to try to through, sorry. Yeah, well, it's always a great experience, isn't it? Yeah, so definitely looking forward to that. Are you still doing that? Coming a few days, heading back to home?
These are also
Are you going straight?
I wish that's a good one. I'll use that.
Oh, really? Right.
I meant to go back on Saturday,
Yeah, well, yeah. He got his car in that car with you, though, didn't he? Yeah. What's her name? The big lady, Sandra, did she come?
Sandra? Oh, yeah, she's
She feels them, yeah.
Golden sarees. Oh, so much.
So a bit of a sailor on the big lady, yeah.
Leaving. Dancing and so much.
Yeah, it's only 32 weeks now.
About 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's fine. Gonna go for years, you know, before the winter again.
No consideration of time circumstance.
I'm on the list, you know, she knows that I'm not going, so she sent me the form.
Right.
Are you going in?
Well, I haven't completely, I'm thinking about it, yeah. See, the problem was last year I had an understanding female boss. But this year, I may have gone not. Down the back, Anjali, how are you?
We can continue that conversation outside after that.
Beautiful. Divine.
Mona.
Jai.
With one costume. Yeah, beautiful. Jaya Shri Krishna Prabhu Nityananda.
Jai